Okay, guys, Pearl Jr. here. Okay, it messed up. My video was messing up. I have no idea why. I am a reporter. I'm allowed to show you things. It is fair use. So whatever's messing up my thing, please stop. Okay. All right, let's get moving. Okay. So anyway, Brandon Howard, who I believe is Michael Jackson's biological son, and I proved it in a live for a whole bunch of reasons. Well, today we got a connection. It's not a coincidence because remember Jermaine said no such thing as a coincidence. Okay, no such thing as a coincidence. Okay. Brandon said that he had done a alphabet, right? Where is it? Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. Hold on. I know what to do. Okay. He has done his own alphabet, and I remember Rodney, Darkchild, Rodney Jerkins saying that Michael would tell him that he wanted to make an instrument, a musical instrument. Well, Brandon has done his own alphabet, and I'm going to show it to you guys real quick. Okay. Okay, so that's Brandon. You can freeze it. I can't leave it on another screen too long. It starts tripping. Okay, so Brandon says he has done his own alphabet. So, and there's a H for Howard. So when he first opens up the video, it's the H in there for Howard. Okay, so let me go back a little bit. Okay, let's go here. So this is the letter H. Okay, for Howard. Okay, there it is. Okay, so he's done this video, this song that I really liked, and it's called Choosing. And I dance to it. I work out to it. I think it's a great song, but I better not play it because I'll get copyright striked. Okay, so but anyway, we're going to look at the similarities between this song and Billie Jean. Okay, now here we go. Let me get to it. Okay, right here. Okay, here we go. You see, let's go back. Come on. Can't show too much. Okay, see the lights are circles instead of squares, but they light up on the ground. And so he's dancing. There it is again. Okay, so it's very similar to Billie Jean. So it's a little subliminal message that he's giving us that he is that child in Billie Jean, right? Because he's doing similar Billie Jean stuff, right? So if you want to hear the song, it's called Choosing. All Eyes on Me. It's a great song, and it's a dance song, and I love it, and I love your video, Brandon. But guess what? The Michael Jackson, official Michael Jackson posted today. Okay, this is their X account, and it says, on this day in 2010 at the E3 Electronic Entertainment Expo, video game maker Ubisoft announced the dance video game Michael Jackson The Experience would be available later that year for Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox games consoles. Okay, so when you hit it, the volume's down, and when you hit it, it is Billie Jean. Okay, the song they use is Billie Jean. Okay, see the lighting up? See how they're doing the lighting up. They're doing all that. See all this? Okay, lighting up with the dog walking. So they are, and it's Billie Jean, the song that they chose to play. Okay, don't go around breaking young Pearl's heart. Okay, so anyway, guys, so I think that that's just a fun coincidence with Brandon and how they doing Billie Jean and the lights on the floor, on the ground. So that's kind of like a wink, okay? And it's released on the same day. Okay, wink. Okay, all right. So then we have Jermaine. Remember I told you guys about Jermaine being sued? Oh my God, I got about 10 minutes. Jermaine being sued. Remember I told you guys about Jermaine being sued? Well, Jermaine, by this lady named Rita Barrett, and they couldn't find him and all this other stuff. Well, anyway, and he wasn't served. He's been served. They found him. He has been served. So we're going to find out what that's all about. Apparently, Berry Gordy, according to the report, according to the lawsuit, had covered it up that he came to her house because her husband worked for Berry Gordy and he sexually assaulted her. But then when you look back at the dates, I mean, he was having trouble. He had 2 baby mamas, and I think they were either having the baby or pregnant. And it was not Alejandra. It was Margaret Maldonado and Hazel. Okay, so I find it a little ridiculous myself. Okay. That's my opinion. I find it a little ridiculous, but anyway, it's a lawsuit. He's been served. So things are going to happen now. All right. So now let's see what else I have. Wade and James, they want to settle. Sure you do. Okay. Because you got nothing. Okay. But words coming out of your mouth and you really tried to destroy another great icon. Shame, shame, shame on both of you. Okay. Now there was an article. Oh, Katherine was at, let me go back here. Katherine was at, Janet's concert. So we got a new Katherine picture. Let's see who sent it to me. There we go. Here we go. Vaughn sent it to me. Vaughn Hunter, thank you very much. He sent it to me. So this is it. And here's Katherine with Reby at Janet's concert. I think it was a week ago, last Saturday. So we got new Katherine footage. Yay. Hi, Kate. Hi, Kate. Glad to see you still running the streets and supporting your children. It's just so wonderful. That's just so wonderful. That's just so wonderful. So, and she's like 94. My dad's 91. So great for the 90s. All right. So then there was an article about Paris, Prince, and Blanket not getting their inheritance after, how many years has it been? It's been almost 15 years. Almost 15 years. Well, the estate isn't closed. Okay. And they say the reason why the estate isn't closed, because no money can be dispersed until the estate closes, right? Everything is a loan borrowed on the estate. And then once the estate closes, money is distributed. But there's plenty of money there. Okay. Takes care of Katherine and supposedly his children. Okay. So there was an article that said Paris, Prince, and Blanket haven't gotten their inheritance. Well, I don't want to go into it, but there's weird language in the will and the trust. Paris, Prince, and Blanket are not named in the trust. Their names do not appear in the trust. Their names appear in the will, but in the will, Prince and BG's name are wrong. Paris's name is apparently correct. And in that initial where he says, I have 3 children, he did not initial that paragraph in agreement. There's another paragraph later on page 2 or 3 that says that he has intentionally omitted to provide for his heirs and don't give Debbie Rowe nothing. And that's initialed. So there's weird and there's trickery and there's all kinds of stuff going on, but you cannot disinherit a child that is under your custody or thought to be your child if they're a minor, or up until the age of 26 if they're a full-time student. Okay. So, so I went through, so I was wondering, I was saying to myself, the estate accounting, right? Let me see if I went through everything. Oh, Vanilla Ice said something really, before I go to that, Vanilla Ice said something really interesting. He was on DJ Vlad TV. Here it is. Vanilla Ice. Okay, here we go.
You said something about it when Trump buried his ex-wife in his backyard.
Yes.
He got rid of all the liens.
Absolutely. Not just that. Hell, it's way beyond just liens. You don't owe any property tax forever. Never. Ever again. This is why they just found out that this whole hoax that went viral about Elvis Presley in the state. Did you see that?
No.
Okay, so right now, last week, there was this big thing going viral about some foreclosure of...
Okay. So anyway, what he's saying is, I don't have time to listen to the whole thing. What Vanilla Ice is saying is that if a dead body is buried on your property, you don't have to pay taxes, property taxes. What? Okay. And he said it's nationwide, but I don't know. It seems like it would be a state law. I haven't been able to verify what he said, but I just wanted you guys to know that. And then what happened with Lisa Marie, I did a video about it, was some company stole the title or something, and they said that Lisa Marie, before she died, had took out a loan, and since the loan was never repaid, they are confiscating the collateral for that loan, which happened to be Graceland. Okay, so it's just. But anyway, it ended up being a hoax, a sham. No loan happened. They dropped all charges, but it could be turned into some kind of crime. Okay, but anyway, so now that Elvis is buried there, his mother, his father, Lisa Marie, and Benjamin, Lisa Marie's son, they're all buried there. So they're saying that they never have to pay property taxes because they are buried there. The weird thing about it is that they wouldn't let Michael be buried there, but Michael's not dead. Okay, be buried there because they said it's zoned just for agricultural, and you can't. I guess if you're doing something with the soil that has to do with food, you can't have dead bodies there. Okay, so I don't know if he's telling the truth. And then he wasn't up on his at the end. Vanilla Ice said Elvis's name doesn't match his birth certificate versus the name on the grave, and he said there's an R missing. He meant to say there's an A missing, ARON or AARON, and it's kind of like the same controversy. Michael's middle name, that's Elvis's middle name, Aaron. Michael's middle name, Joe or Joseph. Michael's middle name is Joe. Okay, it's not Joseph. All the death documents are in the wrong name, and I want to do something about that because the world has been misled. Okay, so anyway, so I decided to go through. The Michael Jackson 11th accounting. All right. Oh my God, I gotta go. Okay, there's the 11th accounting. Okay, I decided to go through it, which I usually go through the accounting with you guys all the time. Okay, so it shows 3 properties that Michael Jackson owns. Okay, Michael Jackson is the trustee and trustor of his own estate. It's in the estate of Michael Joseph Jackson because an estate has to be in a name different than your name, okay? Because it's transferring from one entity to another, so it can't have the same name. So Michael's name is Michael Joe Jackson. The estate's name is Michael Joseph Jackson because it's in another name, right? But it's very confusing. They're very tricky, very, very tricky. So you have to look up the laws and everything, okay? Now, with the 11th accounting, I go through it and I try to figure out if I can find something interesting. Well, the estate is still paying property taxes in South Carolina, and they got a refund. We know that Bobby Anderson is from South Carolina. The only states that I saw this time, and I didn't look that clearly, was Indiana, which was a wash, California, of course, and South Carolina. Okay, no Georgia or whatever. North Carolina used to be in the estate accounting. Now there's South Carolina, which I think was gone for a minute, but it's back. South Carolina's back. It's in the estate accounting as a refund for property taxes or taxes of some sort. Okay. You guys know that I believe that Bobby Anderson is nothing but a front. A decoy for Michael Jackson, and they use each other interminglingly. Okay. But anyway, please watch Alive 3 and Alive 4 for clarification of that. I can't get into that. So anyway, so the 3 houses are Havenhurst, the Lindley condo, and the Calabasas house. But it also says that the estate is paying for residences for Paris, Prince, and BG, right? But, and that they maintain it. So they must be renting because it wasn't listed as an asset. Now, there were some miscellaneous things that were in the millions of dollars of value, but I don't know what it is if it says miscellaneous or it's some kind of cover up. Okay. So supposedly paying, these taxes are from the year 2020. So they're about 3.5 years old. Okay. From January of 2020, to December 31st, January 1st of 2020 to December 31st of 2020. So take off 4 years of Paris, Prince, and BG's age, and that's why they still qualify to get money from the estate. Okay. The estate remains open because of the IRS case, right? Remember, we talked about the IRS case. I went to the courtroom. I covered it. That's where I got to know John Bronco pretty well, because there wasn't that many people in there. So, you talk to the people that are there. So I went a lot and I learned a lot, and go back and look at my footage, my reporting on that. But anyway, the IRS apparently still has a lien on Michael's assets. What the heck? Right? Still has a lien on Michael's assets, because even though the majority of it is settled, they still haven't settled the valuation of the MyJack, and they have not settled, which will probably, because when there was a dispute about the valuation of the SONY ATV catalog, they sold it to show the value. Okay. Now there's been rumors that Michael sold half of the MyJack catalog. Okay. Just last year. So that's not going to show in the accounting because this is from the year 2020. Okay. But the reason why it's not resolved today is because of the valuation of the MyJack catalog and the IRS case, and they have a lien on the property and something else. and the allowable assets, which they may need to go in litigation for all the assets. So they said we might close next year. They say that every year. They're not closing next year either. Okay. But anyway, and they said something else too that was really interesting, which is the EMI catalog. Michael Jackson estate bought the EMI catalog. I think it was 2012. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But then in 2018, sold it. Now this is craziness, right? Oh my God. Let me see if I have this screenshot. This is really crazy. Yeah, I do. Okay, let me show you this screenshot. It's crazy. Come on up. Come on, open fast. I gotta go. Oh, I hate when, oh, here it goes. Here it goes. This is the South Carolina. Okay, I saved it. There's the South Carolina, okay, for the taxes. And then we have, let me see. I'm so sorry, guys. Let's see. Let's close this, and let me do this, sort by date modified. And here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is about the EMI catalog. EMI now was in trouble many years ago financially. Now Warner Brothers, I believe, owns the whole EMI catalog. Okay, it was sold. All right, but Michael had bought 10% of it, right? Okay, so listen to this. It says in July 2018, Sony Corp acquired the estate's interest in EMI for a purchase price approximately $3 million, which is $287 million, a more than 5,000% return on the estate's initial investment of $50,000. Okay, something fishy about that. Okay, how do you turn, in just a few years, $50,000 into $287 million? I mean, my God. Something ain't jiving there. Okay. I don't know what it is, but that has to be the best investment in the history of the world. Okay. 50,000 turned into 287 million in a matter of what, 6 years? I mean, come on. Okay. But anyway, so I found that to be just extremely suspicious. Let's see. Is that it? Michael has 19 business entities. You got to remember the year 2020 was the year of COVID. Okay. There's a lot of FOB Paris. And I don't know if they mean Paris. No, FBO Paris. I don't know what that means. FBO or FMO, FBO or FOB. I don't know what it means, but it has Paris. Does it mean Paris Jackson or does it mean some other Paris? I have no idea. But the money associated with it is well over is like $1 million. Okay. Including with that includes Paris's construction on a house that she had. Okay. So I don't know why they're saying they're not getting money when it's showing that there's money. Okay. But they don't have the inheritance. They just have money spent by the estate. Okay. Somebody was on luxury jets. They spent over $200,000 on luxury jets in 2020. At that time, Taj was still TJ, Tito's son, who had co-custody of Paris Prince and Blanket. He was still getting $9,000 a month, $4,500 every 2 weeks, for a total of $108,000 in a year. TJ and Prince's gas card was still being paid for. Their storage unit, just the store stuff, is $777,777. Okay, $777,968.38. My God, just for storage. Okay, Bronca received about $1 million in legal fees. That year in 2020, they paid Tom Mesereau $7,200. They did give a pledge and a donation to the Jackie Robinson's organization for $20,000, and there's a One Drop organization that they donated $16,000 to. Let's see what else is in here. And those are the only notable things that I have there. But anyway, guys, I gotta go. Okay, I gotta go. Stays all day Shay. Let's do work and play, because everybody has skin. Okay, make sure you go to Stays All Day Shay or the ShayButterPerfumeStore.com. See my new website and order you some fantastic. Oh my God, that's Mademoiselle. Cocoa Go Madam Go smells just like Cocoa Mademoiselle. It is fabulous. Okay, so make sure you go order your Stays All Day Shay. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please watch my live docu-series. Love you all. Gotta go. Bye-bye.